What's up, YouTube? It's the Console Samurai with Grown Ups Gaming, and again we had another big day at E3. Although I kind of feel like it wasn't as big as yesterday, but nonetheless it was pretty big. Today we saw both Nintendo and Square Enix. Unfortunately, Nintendo didn't really impress me as much as PlayStation or Xbox did. We did see some cool stuff. We saw what did we see? We saw Xenoblade Chronicles. We saw a new trailer and some gameplay footage, and it actually looks really cool. And it is definitely much more graphically advanced than what we usually see from Nintendo, which was nice, rather than, not that graphics really make the game, but it looked like a good game. It really had some good cinematics. The story looked good, so I'm actually pretty intrigued in seeing how it goes. Another game we saw that I kind of like just the way that they're working with it was Star Fox Zero, where it's actually going to use the control pad, the Wii pad, whatever they're calling it. It's going to use that in conjunction with the TV, and the TV is actually going to give you the cinematic, the traditional Star Fox image that we're used to, where you look over the back of the R-Wing or the spaceship, whereas the actual gamepad is going to give you a view from inside the cockpit, from the pilot's eye, which is really cool, and you can switch back and forth, and you can use them in conjunction with each other to aim, and, it's actually really cool the way that they're doing it. I like the controls for that. Unfortunately, we didn't get any mention of a new console Zelda or a console Metroid, which I was really hoping, even though they said they weren't going to do any Zelda Wii U announcements, I was kind of hoping that there'd at least be something, some kind of update about it. They did, however, announce a new 3DS version of Zelda and a couple new Metroid games, which they look fine, but really weren't what I was looking for. And Mario Maker, they kind of showed a little bit, and that's pretty cool, especially knowing that that's actually based on the same tool that they built many of the Mario games that we loved from way back in the day. But really, all in all, Nintendo didn't really bring a whole hell of a lot. They brought some cool stuff, but I still think that PlayStation and Xbox did much better, and Nintendo was actually kind of a letdown, to be honest. I expected more from them. Whereas Square Enix actually did, they announced some pretty cool stuff. They announced a new IP called Project Setsuna, which we don't really have any information on. And it looks kind of interesting, but again, we don't have enough to really get excited about. But Square Enix tends to do pretty good with new IPs, so, there is always that hope. They did premiere a trailer for the new Nier game, which, again, we don't have much information, but it looks pretty cool. It is based, obviously, in the Nier series, and that's a pretty big underground success. The only weird thing about that was the director or the producer of the game came out in a giant Jack Skellington-looking mask. Nobody on stage seemed to think that was weird. I thought that was kind of weird, but maybe, I don't know. Anyway, of course, we saw Rise of the Tomb Raider, which we saw yesterday at, we saw it both Xbox and PlayStation, but it being a Crystal Dynamics, which is owned by Square Enix, it's not a surprise we actually saw more of it. In fact, I think it was even the same exact trailer. Of course, we saw more of Star Ocean 5, Integrity and Faithlessness, I believe is the full name, which I like the Star Ocean games. They're fun. I wasn't a huge fan of the Last Hope, the one that came out last gen, but I don't really know many people who really like that one. That just wasn't a very good one, I don't think. But I do look forward to it, because the Star Ocean is an interesting universe. I like it. I'm looking forward to seeing this one. They did announce two new, we had two Kingdom Hearts related announcements. One was a new mobile game called Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. The other one was, of course, the one everyone was hoping for, Kingdom Hearts 3, where we got to see some new gameplay footage, which looked really cool. And then we saw some cutscenes with two characters, two young boys playing chess. And they're discussing the Keyblade Wars, and they're discussing the Keyblade Masters. And one of them pretends to not really be familiar, and the other one says, there's no need to pretend. So there's definitely something going on there. I am definitely interested in whatever's going on with their story, as well as what we usually see with Kingdom Hearts. Now, I'm only really familiar with the main entries, so I don't really know about, Birth by Sleep, Recoded, 358, 2 Days, whatever it was. I only know Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, and hopefully soon, very soon, Kingdom Hearts 3 will come out. Now, with Kingdom Hearts, of course, and the whole Final Fantasy thing being in there, World of Final Fantasy came out, which I think, or it was announced, which I think is a very weird game. It's not what I was hoping for. You know, it's really cutesy design. There's not really much in the way of a Final Fantasy feel to it, from what I've seen. The characters climb on top of each other to create a tower to battle. I'm just not really impressed with that one. I know a lot of people are, but it just doesn't really seem that cool. One cool one interesting game I did see was Hitman. The new Hitman game it's not like previous ones. It's not mission based at all. It is a sandbox game, and it seems to have an online community. It's going to be, for lack of a better term, it seems like it's going to be a lot like Grand Theft Auto or Watch Dogs or Infamous or any of these open world games, where there are hundreds of thousands of contracts, I believe they said, and you pick who you want to hunt, you kill them how you want to kill them. You can either just kill them through brute force, or you can do, a really nice, flashy, or really artistic, really, refined way of killing them. It's interesting, and I look forward to seeing how that develops. But there were two games that we didn't see any more information about. We didn't see any more information about any Dragon Quest games, including Dragon Quest Heroes, which is coming out here at some point. I think it's coming out spring. Anyway, we didn't see anything more about that, and I was hoping to get a little bit more. We also didn't get any new updates on Final Fantasy 15, which I know we just got the new demo, and they've kind of given us information recently, but I was really hoping for more, at least a progress report. And unfortunately, we were told that we're not going to get any more information on Final Fantasy VII, either the remake, or it turns out they are actually porting the PC version. We're not getting an update on either of them until at least the winter. But that was E3 today for Nintendo and Square Enix. Again, I was kind of actually disappointed by Nintendo. I expected more from them, but I guess they didn't really have that much to bring this year, since the Zelda Wii U was what people really wanted to see. But tell me what you think in the comments down below. Did you get a chance to watch today's E3? If so, which game stood out to you? What did you think of Nintendo? Did you expect more from Nintendo? Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Once again, I am the Console Samurai, and I'll see you around.